But no, Terry, every new employee, because we get the list from HR. So any new employee in the last literally 4 months has received an invite. And if they don't come, we just keep inviting them until they come.
We never stop.
We never stop. That's right. With that said, Chris, we got 25 people. Let's roll.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of today's program. First and foremost, many of you on the call are newer to the company. And on behalf of Ryan Gorman, the entire executive committee, thank you for being a part of our amazing organization. The whole purpose of our conversation today is to give you some insight on what our actual value proposition is, our value proposition for our agents and our value proposition for each one of us that are on this phone call today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. I've got a great team that's working with me today. By the way, my name is Chris Mygatt. My title is Senior Vice President of Core 4 Engagement, which really just talks about our value proposition and how can we make sure that our value proposition is relevant, that it's meaningful to agents, and the rest of the team. I also spend a lot of time with our relationship with primary services, specifically our partner with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. But with us today, we have Amy Crawford, National Director of Strategic Projects, everything from Core 4 all the way through recruiting and primary services and virtual expos. And very nicely, Amy has also been a part of the entire Core 4 story from the very beginning back in 2016, where I see Terry Briggs, who is a big part of this. You're going to hear more about her role in this as well. And then David Metten, who set all this up for us today. David, we're thrilled to have you lead this for us. David's a Senior Manager of Learning and Development with the Western region of Coldwell Banker, and also very, very passionate about the work that we're doing. So that's a team that is assembled to help make sure we create clarity with this. And I'll share with you that, quite frankly, much of this began with this dilemma that we were faced with as an organization, right? We realized that if we asked 5 different branch leaders or RVPs or presidents, what makes Coldwell Banker so different, so special, so unique, we ended up getting like 7 or 8 different answers. So we realized, we got to make sure we have the ability to be able to passionately and persuasively articulate our value proposition. Now, for many companies out there, real estate companies specifically, their commission plan is their entire value proposition. And we recognize that there are really 2 fundamental roads that companies can take when it comes to looking for success. One is that road of price. The other is that road of value. And at Coldwell Banker, although we're very sensitive about price, we took the tougher road, right? That road of how do we add value? How do we sell a value proposition as our defining difference in the business and not just compete on price? So I'm going to give you a quick trip down memory lane. Quite frankly, I know some of you on this call have been in the industry for a long time. Others are brand new to the real estate industry, but this might fill in some gaps, I think, or at least answer some questions. The real estate industry just really overwhelmed agents with stuff, more and more stuff. And quite frankly, that happened because real estate companies had money and they wanted to retain their agents or recruit agents. So they just kept creating more and more things, hoping something might stick against the wall and create a meaningful outcome. So in this journey of really going out and looking carefully, closely in that rearview mirror, if you will, looking carefully at our industry, we discovered 3 things industry-wide. First of all, real estate companies became masters at providing things that, quite frankly, agents didn't necessarily need or even want. And then they worked tirelessly to convince the agents they should really want these things. We also discovered that when everything's important, then quite frankly, nothing is important to an agent. And third, and probably most fundamentally, real estate companies in general had a habit of making even the simplest things really complicated. And many of them still do that. So what we did back in 2016 is we drew this proverbial line in the sand and we said, listen, we can't control the industry, but we can definitely control our company. And we thought this is a great time to simplify our focus. We need to simplify our message as a company, and we really need to focus on simplifying our value proposition. So the question comes up a lot of times, like, how do we actually land on an agent value proposition? And quite frankly, this again began, I call it an experiment, began in 2016, actually in Sacramento, California. Thank you, Terry. Thank you to your team. Since that time, from 2016 into 17 and 18, those 3 years, we worked with 293 managers from 14 different LOCs across the country. And we were in pursuit of this more meaningful value proposition, if you will. And you may hear this terminology at times, this idea of reinvention, that we reinvented. But I will tell you, it was much more of a revolution than it was a reinvention. And make no mistake, it came from the ground up. Like, this was not done in an ivory tower in a boardroom somewhere. This was talking to agents and talking to managers and talking to field staff about the business. And it was cool, right? Because when we did this process, we had all different kinds of markets represented. We had urban markets and suburban markets. We had high average sales price, low average sales price. We had, I guess, a really nice variety of different markets that we had participation in. And all of it started out by going into a market, getting all the managers in a room and asking this simple question. Because we felt that the manager was the closest to the transaction, to the agent. We said, listen, using your leadership experience, how would you rank, let's say, order of impact, the top 3 to 5 systems or programs, which, if we could perfect, would make the biggest difference in the lives of an agent every single day in what they do? And so we sent them back, talking to their agents, saying, hey, what would it be? What would it be? And then we had Lisa Lopresti actually went through and she categorized all their responses. We had big whiteboards, we put it all on boards. What you see on the screen right now is actually a sample of what we used actually in Silicon Valley back in the day. You'll see all the managers, you'll see all the comments they came up with. And here's what we learned. Fascinating, right? Because remember, we're in the industry that loves to complicate things. We learned that the box of truth, the box of real estate truth, is actually very, very small. What I mean by that is we talked to 293 managers representing nearly 12,000 agents in 14 different markets. And we didn't hear these 7 things in every market. But when you added them all together, we ended up with 7 things. That's all. Think about that. When we said, like, tell us what would be the most meaningful for you in your business, we got 7 things. First thing we heard, this is no order, by the way, this is just what we heard. We heard number 1, we heard agents saying, help me become a better, stronger listing agent. We heard some agents say, I love the Coldwell Banker brand, but I really want to build my brand inside of the Coldwell Banker brand. We also heard some people say that they knew their sphere of influence was their best source of business, but they didn't have any good systematic way to work that sphere. And in some cases, this is horrible. We heard agents say, I got to tell you, I've been with the company for 17 years. And if I left tomorrow, I'm not sure the company would care. I'm not sure I matter to the company. That was a wake-up call in the retention world. We also heard in markets like Austin, Texas, that people said, we need better leads. Like, we need lead generation, because in that market, Austin Realty, that's all they do. They just provide agents with leads. And in some markets, we heard agents say, I want to learn my way, like agent coaching. That might be in-office coaching. It might be third-party coaching. It might be small classes. It might be big classes, but I want to learn my way. And the last thing we heard, again, no particular order, was I need to stop doing the $12 an hour chores as an agent. Like, I need someone I can hire to do my transaction coordination. I'll pay them, but they need to know our tools and our systems to be meaningful. So that's what we heard. I mean, think about that. You go to 12,000 agencies, say, what do you need to become more successful? They fell into 7 different categories. So the opportunity was, how do we focus on that? So when we focused on this, we discovered something very quickly. When we do it right, when we actually deliver a value proposition that means something to an agent, then all of a sudden it's easier for us to grow, right? We're able to retain our very best agents because we become a much more relevant partner. We also have the ability of attracting a better caliber of agent because we're giving agents what they really need. The second thing we discovered, and this may be a bit obscure for many of you, but what drives our entire business, what keeps us in business as a company, is what's called percent retained. I'll give you a quick example. If an agent brings in a $10,000 commission, and we pay them $8,000 of that, that remaining $2,000 or 20% is our percent retained. We pay all of our bills on that remaining 20%. We pay all of your salaries. We pay all of our rent. We pay all of our marketing costs. We pay everything on that 20%. And that 20% 5 years ago, the example I gave you was actually 25%. And today it's actually closer to 15%. So that we're getting less and less of the money. We think if we can deliver a real value proposition, we can stabilize that percent retained. So it's not a race to the bottom. We also discovered, number 3, that when we give agents what they need to be successful, their per agent productivity, their PPP, actually increases. And then lastly, it makes the job of our managers, our field staff, I'll tell you right now, every one of us on this phone call, easier. Because when we don't have a clear, concise value proposition, we have everything coming at us, we keep creating more and more stuff, all any of us end up doing is managing chaos. That doesn't make sense. So again, we drew that proverbial line in the sand, but we knew to do that, to really make a meaningful change, we had to be crystal clear on what our North Star was as a company. Like, what are we driving towards? What we heard time and time again was our agents wanted a higher quality of life. Our staff wanted a higher quality of life. So our North Star was, what can we do as a company to help you live an exceptional life? And make no mistake, like, living an exceptional life means different things to different people. To some of our agents, it means being able to manage their time better so they can go to their kids' hockey game and actually see their children again, right? For others, it means they got to make more money. For others, it just means that they're looking to be in a place where they feel supported, right? These different things. So we understand it's different. But here was our biggest fear. It's easy for us to stand on top of the mountain and say, we are here to help you live a more exceptional life. But if you can't deliver on that promise, if you don't believe in your heart, quite frankly, that you've got a way to deliver on that promise, and I think we do. I think we do it better than anybody else in the market, because we've got our core 4, right? Our core 4, which is things like production power, coaching to confidence, wealth builder, culture of awesomeness. Like, these are how we actually deliver on that promise, being able to create that exceptional life. But you got to be laser focused on these 4 things, because without these 4 things as foundation, we can't deliver on that. But how can we deliver on that promise if all of us as employees, all of us as a support team, don't even know where and how we're going to deliver on that promise? So with that said, I am thrilled to introduce to you Amy Crawford, again, our National Director of a lot of our strategic marketing as a company, someone who knows this firsthand, knows how our company moves through this and delivers on this promise. So Amy, if you could maybe just take a quick moment, kind of walk us through production power, coaching to confidence, wealth builder, culture of awesomeness, and how it really moves into action, and ultimately how we deliver on that promise. Was that a long enough stall? I think you might be muted. Or maybe I just can't hear anything anymore.
Can you hear me now?
You sound great.
Yes, there we go.
All right. Thank you for that intro, and thank you for stalling while I got this thing to share. So I'm going to jump right in and talk about our first value, production power. And you'll notice there's a definition under each one, because we want to define these buckets and what we call these values so that we make sure we put the right products and right services in there for you. So production power is helping agents sell more homes, make more money, and work more efficiently. And if you're on video or even not video, please raise your hand if that's something that everyone here wants to do, make more money. All right, thank you for that participation. So it seems simple, right? I mean, helping agents make more money and becoming more efficient, yet it's proven harder than you'd think. And the industry that Chris talks about has been failing at this for years. So that's why we've developed proven detailed strategies to support our commitment to production power. And I'll go into more of these in the details, but as you can see, and you might have already heard about, is listing concierge, design concierge, clients for life, and our core tools like Revitalize, Real Sure, and the Moxie launch coming up this month. We call them big rocks. So these are the ones that help drive predictable results, and the ones that Chris spoke about. These are what's going to hit the mark when we ask managers and agents what we need to provide. These products are going to answer that question. So the first one, I'm just going to go in a couple minutes of give you an overview of Listing Concierge if you haven't been already involved in it. Listing Concierge, again, was designed with agent feedback. It's a comprehensive listing marketing program that is heavily company subsidized and ultimately helps our agents become better and stronger listing agents. And it was really designed to do 3 things. I mean, obviously, yes, it can obviously help sell the home and help that agent sell the home, but we also want to market our agents so they can continue being better agents. So first, we want to help our agents win the listing, obviously, number one, so that they look forward to going on more presentations to showcase the value they can bring to the consumer. Number two is we want to help our agents eliminate that commission debate by really showing them their value. And last but certainly not least is we want them to wow the seller to turn that one listing into 3 so that they don't talk about that to others. And everything that goes out from Listing Concierge promotes the agent. So we really want to help the agent become committed to making more money and working more efficiently. And just a quick overview, depending on the market, there's a multitude of marketing pieces that do go out on behalf of the agent to talk about the home and the agent, including, as you can see here, professional photography, single property websites, property brochures, social media, and it's just unprecedented. There's many companies who have tried to replicate this and just can't. It's really unprecedented in this industry right now. And best of all these pieces going out are done for you. Obviously, the agent has to log in and purchase the package and coordinate with the photographer. And we definitely want them to be involved in approving the proofs. But on the back end, we have an amazing team of professionals that are dedicated to doing this every day and getting these pieces out to help the agent. Again, helping the agent be more efficient. And don't just take my word for it, or Chris's or David's. We have the facts to show that these really are successful. Since we started Listing Concierge, we've sent over 160,000 Listing Concierge claims. That's agents who are trusting us to do their listing marketing. So properties that use Listing Concierge sell 35% closer to list price and close with a 1% higher sales price than those that don't. And our data shows, without a doubt, that Listing Concierge, agents who use Listing Concierge are twice as productive. So it really all depends how competitive an agent wants to be, and they definitely should be using Listing Concierge. Another thing that we wanted to hit was agents said they wanted help with their personal branding, and Design Concierge was designed, no pun intended, just for that. We wanted to help our agents have a consistent look and brand, but also have it work with Coldwell Banker and have that same look and feel as well. So we put together a program and a team that helps the agent do that. We're going to help the agent impress their sellers. We wanted to have high quality agent work. We wanted to be affordable. There's a lot of agencies that do that, but they also charge agency prices. So we wanted to make this affordable for the agent. We want to meet our deadlines, and we have a very skillful design team there ready to help the agent, and definitely easy to use. And here's just a picture of an agent and all the different pieces that Design Concierge can help with, and how you can determine one look and feel for an agent and couple that with the Coldwell Banker logo and make it a very, very powerful piece. And again, we've got the stats to prove that agents and teams who use Design Concierge earn 2.5 times more, and that agents and teams who use Design Concierge also have 1.85 more units. So that's listing marketing, that's brand marketing or agent personal branding, and the third one is sphere marketing. And this, no matter who you ask, whether it's NAR or a third-party trainer, like Buffini or Chris Leader or any top producing agent, they're going to tell them or tell you that their most valuable source of business is their sphere. In fact, I just saw another new claim that 85% of consumers don't even know how to get in touch with their past agent. So that's kind of scary, right? So we want to help our agents keep top of mind with their past clients and friends and family, and we've created a Clients for Life program. And this comprises of 12 meaningful client touch points throughout the year. Things like giveaways, local activities, charities, and we want to create something that the agent looks forward to contacting their client for. Remind them to sign up for a giveaway. Remind them there's a food drive that they're collecting them at the office. We want to really leverage a platform that we have is Prospect Square. So all the agent has to do is upload their clients, and these are sent out on their behalf with their information once a month. Currently, half of our companies have this program right now, and by the end of this year, the rest of our companies will as well. I'm very excited about launching that to everybody. So that wraps up production power. I promised the next 3 values going to go a little faster, but there was so much good content in production power. I wanted to hit those 3 because I am sure you'll be hearing about them. So coaching to confidence is enabling agents to expand their sales and business development skills through effective education, coaching, and support. We want to make sure our agents are supported with every way they learn best. So that could be in person, it could be virtual, it could be one-on-one, it could be internal coaching, external coaching. We really want to make sure that we deliver on that for everybody. One of those things you might have heard is our virtual ed expos. This series is available to everyone at Coldwell Banker and focuses on topics that agents really need to know about in today's competitive market, such like avoiding deal killers, or learning how to negotiate, or preparing for the spring market. Got many speakers, both internal and external, that are made available to our agents on a quarterly basis. The third value is Wealth Builder that Chris mentioned, and that's offering real financial strategies that agents can use to grow and protect their personal wealth now into the future. We believe their best years are ahead of them. Now, a scary thought and a scary stat that we also heard is that NAR tells us that real estate agents across the country are retiring in poverty. That was really alarming to us. So we want to develop a program that can change that trajectory and help agents either plan for their future or help increase their passive income. So as you can see here, we've got referral rewards, and every year we put millions of dollars in agents' pockets to help as they refer friends and family to the company and help us grow our company. We've also have great benefits like our Spark and VIP program for our agents, and we have the best-in-class legal assistance program. And last, but certainly not least, is our Wealth Builder Expos. So just like our virtual ed expos, we open these up to our agents and our employees across the country to help them protect their wealth and grow their wealth. Sorry, we have a little bit of a lag here. Let's get back here. So here are some of the top speakers that we've had in the past. We had topics such as secrets to financial freedom, navigating fix and flip, tax strategies. We brought in a tax accountant company that kind of came in and answered agents' questions. We taught them how to do to plan for retirement. So as you can see, we're trying to hit all of those wealth builder topics. And just as a reminder, we also help achieve growth through referral rewards. And just like I mentioned before, we have a program for our agents and we have one for our employees. So it's definitely something as an employee to look into to help grow our company as well. And last, and my favorite of all, is culture of awesomeness. So we provide a diverse environment that is collaborative, supportive, and fun. We are a company that inspires pride. And we do this through many events, awards and recognition. We have our National Gen Blue Conference. We are named the most ethical company. We give back. We have an amazing St. Jude partnership where we've given back to the community, and our primary services, such as mortgage, title, insurance, and home warranty. And right here, and next here is a picture of one of our passions for this year and going forward is to really connect that partnership and talk to our agents and managers about partnering with our primary services and to helping develop relationships so that our agents can work with our reps and work with our title companies to offer great mortgage and title services as well. And as an employee, I just have to throw this out there, that Guaranteed Rate is proud to provide a mortgage discount program to our Realogy employee partners. So please, if you're thinking of buying and selling and then buying, please be sure to check out the rates with GRA Rate because you do get a discount. So that's a wrap on our our core four, an overview of our exclusive Coldwell Banker core four. And that just to remind you, is designed with one thing in mind, to deliver on the promise of helping you live an exceptional life. Now, one of the things we need to be sure of is that this is a change management process, and we all have to be aligned on what that is, and have our managers and all of us singing from the same sheet of music. So that involves in the field, and Terry on the call knows that better than anyone. It's definitely having this done over and over again in our meetings, doing some boot camps, doing some role playing to help our managers. And again, we have to be okay with the idea of not just doing more stuff, but doing it better. So I just want to turn this over now to David, who is going to help us tell the Core 4 story. And as Chris Mygatt says, to keep the love alive. David, over to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Amy. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Hang on. Get some adjustments here. Okay, awesome. Again, thank you so much, Amy. As she mentioned, my name is David Metten. I am the Senior Education Manager for the Western region, and it is my absolute pleasure to be here today, you guys. And really, it's because I am so passionate about this subject. I've been with Coldwell Banker for over 20 years, and honestly, I've witnessed all those things that Chris had said earlier, more stuff, but not necessarily better. I have seen the industry, our company, make the simple complicated over and over, and with Core 4, it's simple, you guys, and frankly, it's pretty awesome. And so by now, I'm guessing you have a kind of a clear understanding that we are very serious about helping our agents and staff live an exceptional life. So when you look at some of these logos that I've got coming up on the screen here, what do you think comes to mind? Have you ever really taken, a second to think about what makes these companies really so unique? And frankly, if not, let me tell you what makes them so unique. It at the end of the day, you guys, it's their culture, it's their reputation, it's the way that people perceive them. And if you didn't know, these companies are listed as the top 10 cultures in America. And we've learned that great companies, they have a powerful, persuasive way that they like to tell their story. And a story that they can not only tell their clients and their customer, but most importantly, their own people, right? Their own team. That's what we're talking about here. And so speaking of Disney, let's take them for an example. Look, whether you are joining Disney as like a senior VP at one of their studios, or you're selling popcorn next to Snow White at a theme park, every single employee goes through the same process of learning about Disney's culture, what they believe, what they stand for, and ultimately how they tell their story. If any of you on the call have ever been with Disney as an employee, you know exactly what I am talking about. What they call it is Disney Traditions. And this is a 4-day program that literally every new employee goes through to fully appreciate the legacy of their history. And most importantly, really the language that they use every single day. And it's really this particular language that helps the employees actually tell their story. So just like Disney and other great companies, we have an amazing story to tell, and we need your help to be able to tell that story. We want to give you the resources and the context to tell our story proudly and passionately to our agents, our clients, teammates, and frankly, even with people who aren't even with Coldwell Banker yet. See, we've discovered that the magic isn't just having a great value proposition, it's having the ability to really tell that story. And we tell that story in 4 fundamental ways. So first, through what we refer to as our 45-second value proposition, or our elevator speech, and much more on that later to come. Second, it's being able to define the elements of our Core 4 values. And then next, we actually ask our branch leaders and our staff to learn about what makes us so different, something that we call our 5-minute showcases. And this is where they get to tell the story of listing concierge and clients for life, design concierge, and some of those other unique programs that Amy was talking about. And then lastly, in our branch offices, we actually have our managers articulate those 5-minute showcases into what we call deep dive presentations. And this is where agents and staff, they get a really thorough understanding of what those amazing tools and programs actually are, and really how to articulate them. And they're a huge part of living what we call that exceptional life. That is not for today either. we've got a great story to tell you guys. And frankly, for the sake of time, we're just going to focus today on two elements. And that's our 45-second elevator speech. And then what we call our core 4 definitions, which you actually just saw Amy go through. These are the two really key ingredients you need to really be able to articulate our story the right way. And we learned that the only way to do this effectively is helping each one of you become an expert on Coldwell Banker, the expert on how we help our agents and our fellow staff really live an exceptional life. Now, all of you should have received the elevator speech prep work in the meeting invite that we sent you. If not, you could actually go back to the calendar appointment and it would be attached. It should be attached there, but if not, no problem, because you see it here on the screen. This is our value proposition, and it takes roughly 45 seconds to say verbatim. Now, we believe that really becoming a part of being an expert is to really memorize it in that verbatim way. Now, ultimately, we want you to make it your own, because when you do make it your own, you sound genuine, you sound authentic. But really, the only way to make it your own in the first place is to kind of memorize the standard version that you're looking at right now. Now, we do this with our agents when they come to our classes. We do a role play and script practice, and we do that because it actually works. And when they say their own scripts in their own way, it does come out genuine and authentic. Now, we also kind of joke around that the standard version that you guys are looking at on the screen, we call that the United version. And when you make it your own, we call it the Southwest version. Now, the reason we do that is, if you ever heard the pre-flight safety briefing or speech on most major airlines like United, it sounds very standard and kind of canned. And then if you've heard the way Southwest Airlines does it, oftentimes, you'll totally understand what I mean when I say make it your own. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to YouTube and literally Google Southwest Airlines pre-safety speech. It's frankly, it's pretty funny. Now, what I would like to do right now, if I have a brave soul that would literally come on camera, if you do have a camera on, unmute yourself, and if you would just read us the standard version of the best elevator speech. Anybody willing to do that? Brave contestant out there in the audience.
I will do it.
And who is this?
This is Brooke from St. Louis.
Thank you, Brooke. Yeah, go ahead. Read us the best elevator speech ever.
At Coldwell Banker, we believe in one simple principle: helping our agents live exceptional lives. We do this better than anyone else in the market by leveraging our core 4 values: production power, coaching to confidence, wealth builder, and ultimately creating a culture of awesomeness. If you're like many of our best producers, you want to grow your business, become more efficient, develop better sales skills, build personal wealth, and work with a company that celebrates your success in a fresh and fun way. Which of these do you feel would be your top priority?
Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate it so much for playing along with me. Yeah, so that is the standard version of the canned elevator speech, right? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be a brave soul, and I'm actually going to give you my best Southwest version. Now, Chris Mygatt, are you out there still in Cyberland? Mr. Mygatt, are you there? There he is.
I'm running for my unmute and camera on button. Sorry about that.
Thank you very much. Chris, would you ask me the most important question before I give you my version, my Southwest version of the speech? Go ahead, ask me that question.
Well, yeah. So Dave, listen, I hear there's a lot of cool things happening at Coldwell Banker. I'm over at XYZ Realty. I'm thinking about making a move. But what can you tell me about Coldwell Banker?
Oh, you know what, Chris? Thank you so much for asking. You know, at Coldwell Banker, we believe really in just one simple principle, and that's helping our agents live exceptional lives. And honestly, I think we do that better than anybody in the marketplace because of our core 4 values. Now, those are production power, coaching to confidence, wealth builder, and what we like to kind of call a culture of awesomeness. Now, look, I know you're like most top producers out there, and you are focused on a few things. That is making more money, working more efficiently, and ultimately just being efficient. And that's what production power is all about, right? Now, maybe you have been thinking about upping your game a little bit. You want to enhance your sales and business development skills, and that's how we help you with coaching to confidence. Now, there could be be a chance that you don't care about either one of those two, and you're more focused on retirement and building your income and protecting it now and into the future. And that's what Wealth Builder is all about. And then finally, this culture of awesomeness thing that I mentioned, what that is about is helping you celebrate your success in a cool and fun way. So when you think about those 4 core values, production power, coaching to confidence, Wealth Builder, and a culture of awesomeness, Chris, which one, thinking about where you are in your career right now, which one would be the most important to you?
Oh, David, I need a plan for retirement. Great job, man. Great job.
So there you go, guys. That is the 45-second elevator pitch. You saw the United version that Brooke gave us, and then my version, the Southwest version. And frankly, either way you choose to do it is fine, as long as it sounds authentic. The most important part, though, of that speech, regardless of the way that you do it, comes at the very end, right? Which one of those core 4 values would be the most important to you? Because we want to discover what's most important to our agents and our team members. Now, depending on the role that you have with our company, you might be asking yourself, when would I ever give somebody our value proposition? I'm not a manager. I'm not a recruiter. Well, actually, you kind of are a recruiter in a way. Think about this. Here's an example. Maybe you are at a backyard barbecue and you learn somebody just got their real estate license and they know you're with Coldwell Banker. This is when they ask questions like, hey, why should I join Coldwell Banker? Or what makes Coldwell Banker so much different than all these other real estate companies? You see, guys, each of us, regardless of our position, you need to be able to answer these questions proudly and passionately. That's what makes us so different. And that's what really showcases you as an expert. You never know when you're going to bump into somebody that knows you're with Coldwell Banker and they want to know a little bit more about it. Okay, so let's shift gears. We're going to move away from our 45-second value proposition and move to the actual definitions of our core 4. Now, remember, those are production power, coaching to confidence, Wealth Builder, and of course, our amazing culture of awesomeness. Okay, so let's dive a little bit deeper into each value. And Amy did this before, but you'll notice when you saw the standard version and the Southwest version, each part of the definition, a little bit of it is weaved into that 45-second speech. So this is where I need your help. I hope there's somebody else. Brooke, thank you before, but is there anybody else that would be willing to, now, you don't even necessarily have to come on camera, but if you do have a microphone, unmute yourself and just simply read production power. Anybody out there? There must be a brave soul. I see Kimberly lighting up. Oh, Kimberly's audio doesn't sound too good. Anyone else out there willing to read production power? There must be a, oh, I see somebody coming on camera.
I will.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And this is a super easy one, right? And you get to read it. So yeah, read us production power.
We help agents sell more homes, make more money, and work more efficiently.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, production power. And at the end of the day, we know that's kind of a listing concierge, right? That's really what helps our agents make more money, sell more homes, and be more efficiently. Thank you, Lisa. All right, next one. Who's going to be the brave soul that reads coaching to confidence for us? Anybody? Kimberly, I see your camera on. I see a big smile about coming onto your face. You must want to read it, right? I can't hear you very well, though. Oh, no. Oh, well, we could see you mouthing it a little bit, and that was very helpful. Anybody else out there with a working microphone that will read coaching to confidence for us?
There might be a prize. There may be a reason why you want to do this.
She's trying. She's trying.
Hi, I'll do it.
Stephanie, all right. All right.
It's Stefania, but that's okay.
Stefania. Wow, beautiful name. I love that.
Coaching to confidence. We enable agents to expand their sales and business development skills through effective education, coaching, and support.
Thank you so much. Yes, Stefania, I will never forget that the rest of my life now. Yeah, and this is my favorite, you guys. I love coaching to confidence because I'm in education, right? And a big part of our coaching to confidence value proposition is the amazing classes that we have, like AMP and Outlist, Outlast, and so on. So thank you very much. All right, let's move on to our third wealth builder. Who's going to read wealth? Oh, Riley. All right, Riley. I love it.
Awesome. We offer real financial strategies that agents can use to grow and protect their personal wealth now and into the future. We believe your best years are ahead of you.
Yes, thank you so much. That was clear and concise, Riley. Thank you so much. And I think everybody's got the drill now. Who's going to be our last final contestant for the culture of awesomeness? All right. Thank you. It's Pascal. Thank you.
It is. Yes, Pascal.
Pascal. I think it's interesting. Chris mentioned prizes and suddenly cameras
I know, and we're all popping up. It's so sad.
Right? It's so great. I love it. I love it. All right, Pascal, give us culture of awesomeness.
Okay. We provide a diverse environment that is collaborative, supportive, and fun. We are a company that inspires pride.
Bam, nice, nailed it. Thank you. And
You're
because
welcome.
Chris promised it, everybody that did that, yeah, Valerie, make sure you get the names. $20 car or company swag gift certificates. I know, I know you tried. Yes, Kimberly.
Kimberly gets one too.
Kimberly gets one for trying. She did.
Because you tried hard.
Chris can override it.
So
right
all
on.
six different gift cards.
I love it. I love it. That is awesome. Thank you all for playing around with me. Now, I'm going to issue an even bigger challenge. Now, you are all sent the 45-second elevator pitch, the one that I did, the Southwest version, or you were sent the United version. Does anybody actually have it in front of them, or even better yet, maybe memorized, that they could literally give us the 45-second value proposition, because there is a good prize in it if anybody's willing to do that? Anybody right now willing to come on camera and give us your 45-second elevator speech? Anybody? There's $75 of company swag in it. If somebody is brave enough, well, it's easy to use Chris's money, right? So when if it literally $75 of company swag, if somebody's willing to come on and do an elevator speech for me. Anybody? Anyone brave enough?
I know Kim would if she could actually talk on there.
I knew this was a big one. Oh, really? All right, Riley, you're going to try.
I'm going to try.
Okay. Are you going to go United, or are you going to modify it, make it your own?
I'm going to try and modify, make it a little bit more approachable.
Okay. All right. I love it. I love it. Let's hear it, Riley.
Absolutely. So I would love to tell you about a company that I just joined. I have the privilege of working for Coldwell Banker Realty. And what's awesome about it is we believe in one simple principle, which is helping our agents live exceptional lives, which I'm here for in the working world. And I believe that we truly do this better than anyone else in the market. And we leverage this by 4 values that we always come back to, which is consistent and authentic. And I'm all for that. So we have production of power, coaching to confidence, wealth builder, and ultimately we have a culture of awesomeness that I love. Awesomeness in a workplace is where it's at. So, and if you are like many other best producers out there, and you're looking to grow your business and become more efficient in real estate, in the industry, develop better skills, building that personal wealth, which, I mean, let's be real, we all do have that in the back of our minds at the end of the day. Let's work with a company that strives for all of these things and awesomeness in addition to that. So if you relate to any of these, I would love to chat with you more about them.
Oh my gosh. Riley, if I had a mic right now, I would literally drop that sucker. Wow.
That was great, Riley.
That was really good. Yeah, $75 of company swag at the store for you. Nice.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. That
was awesome.
That was awesome. All right, you guys, you've all been great. Thank you for playing around with me, particularly Riley. That was awesome. Thank you for taking the time really to learn more about what makes Coldwell Banker such a special place really to call home. And I hope today's information has been helpful and informative. One of the things that we have to be reminded by is our past, right? Our success is not dependent on creating more stuff. It's focusing hard to make the things that we have more valuable and more relevant to our agents and to our team members as well. This is the only way, you guys, that we can deliver on the promise of helping our agents and each other truly live an exceptional life. And I know this is a bold thing to throw out there, you guys, but as our newest team members, our future is in your hands. Help us tell the story the right way. So at this point, we're pretty much ending. I want to open up for any questions that you might have about our core four or overall proposition or definitions or anything. You guys are worth the investment. Any questions out there right now? I'm going to open up chat to see if we've got any chat questions. Let's see. Oh, Riley's getting all sorts of love. Brooke's getting love. I love it. I love it. And you can certainly come off mute, come on camera if you've got any questions. I know we got Terry Briggs in the house. Terry, would love to hear your thoughts, or if you've got any questions for us.
No questions. This was great, though. This was really, really good. I love the chance to just really set the foundation for all of our employees, so they get to see everything that we've learned and, you know, come to love about Core 4. So this is great, you guys. I'm going to start recommending it to everybody.
Awesome. That's a fine endorsement. Thank you, Terry.
Hi, Dave. I just wanted to ask a quick question.
Yeah.
So as an SSA, let's say I have a friend or someone that wants to do real estate. Would it be good I can use that pitch with them too?
Yes, 100%, 100%. Yes, and we have relationships with real estate schools all over. We can hook them up, help them get licensed. But thank you for saying that, Pascal, because that's exactly what I mean, right? You never know when you're going to bump into somebody that's getting their license or got their license and they're with a company that is, and they ask you that question. So yes. 100%.
Okay, thank you.
Ryan, did you have a question? Yeah.
Yeah, going on to what Pascal said, if we know somebody who is an agent for, like, let's say Keller Williams, and we get them to join, I know there's a agent to agent referral. Is there an SSA to agent referral? Because I'm also an SSA here. And
Chris or Amy, I think there's something, right? Employee referral rewards.
There is. I don't have the details off the top of my head. I don't want to misspeak. Amy, do you know the details? I think it's 750, but I don't recall.
I don't have the details, but I'll put in the chat the website to learn more.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
And we appreciate that, by the way. Thank you.
It's a great question. Anything else? No more questions. Chris, Amy, I'm not sure how we ended early.
I think, no, it's all by design, right? We thank everybody so much for taking the time to be with us today. We really appreciate it. We appreciate your contribution you're making to our company. That's what makes it great, is each individual doing their part in creating our future story. But I will say, and Dave has said it so well, our ability at every level of our company to be able to passionately and persuasively articulate our value proposition is a defining difference in who we are. So take pride in what you're doing, take pride in where you're doing it, and make sure that when you're at a cocktail party, when you're at a family event, a barbecue, you feel comfortable speaking about why you chose Coldwell Banker.
Thank you, everybody. Have an awesome day. Nobody gets mad at a meeting ending early, right? Thanks all. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Absolutely.